Hey Taurus babies, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody's having a good start to the week. I'm sorry I'm so behind, but that's what happens when you work a regular job. So this is going to be Taurus and Scorpio kissing in a tree or sitting in a tree, Kissing, for the month of April, first part of May. I'm sorry I'm so late getting to these, but I'm going to knock the rest of them out today. So stay tuned. One more shuffle, Taurus and Scorpio. One more shuffle. So this is 3 for recent past energy, 3 for current energy, and 3 for future energy. 1 card for overall energy and 3 for guidance from the universe. I'll pull an oracle card from Sonia Choquette's Trust Your Vibes. I'm all hung up in my stuff. And a reminder that I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. I'm curious to see what's at the bottom of the deck. This is your overall energy, Taurus and Scorpio. The Queen of Cups. Let's see what we got going on here. 6 of Coins. The Star card. Empress card. Justice card. Man, what the hell y'all got going on? Wheel of Fortune. 10 of Coins, wow. Ace of Cups, 9 of Swords, wow. And 8 of Swords. And again, your overall energy is a Queen of Coins. So let's see what we got going on here, Taurus and Scorpio. Dang, ain't nobody having no kind of good, smooth running relationship right now. This is just all kind of jacked up. All right, so for your recent past, we're coming up with the 6 of Coins. That's telling me that you guys, and this is just resonating back, I guess, for everybody. It's been something about money and relationships for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I think that's probably got more to do with the collective doing their taxes in the Americas. So this energy is just rebounding back. So this relationship, I'm going to say, is probably either cohabitating, live-in, or married. It's not an old relationship, but it is a karmic relationship, just looking at the board. The recent past. So it looks like you guys had to do some financial finagling to get bills paid, waiting on taxes to come in. Some of you had some hopes, wishes, and dreams tied up with that, with the Star card. But the Empress card is telling me that you've lost some value in something, and this is not so much personally as it is materially, because you're kicking it off at the 6 of Coins. And with the Queen of Coins being your overall energy, is really coming back to me about both of you, Taurus and Scorpio, letting this get kind of messy, and somebody's getting kind of possessive. If we were just reading the card, it would just be like, oh, she's down to earth and she's earthy, and yeah, but what's coming back off of this is the reverse. Things have gotten messy between the two of you, and that's the overall energy. I feel like Taurus is the one that's trying to ground it again, but it's not happening. When we come up to the current energy with the Justice card, it looks like nobody wants to take responsibility for shit. Everybody's blaming everybody else. I ain't do it, you did it, no, you did it, no, well, fuck you, you did it, and that kind of energy, that back and forth, that's what I hear. But the problem with that is your centerpiece card, Taurus and Scorpio, the Wheel of Fortune. The arguments that you're having now, the disagreements that you're having now, some of this is gonna change either the nature of your relationship, or there's termination energy. I don't know which it is. I'm just feeling the two directions that it can go in. And if you guys get to the point, and this is where you are currently, where this part of it is just not coming out, it's not being clear, just be mindful. The choices that you're making, these are going to change. It's going to change your destiny somewhat, and put you on a different path. So understand that you need to just acknowledge the fact that something is wrong with the relationship, obviously. And wow, if you don't take responsibility for your actions and you keep blaming people for shit, and this is definitely a karmic relationship, you're going to end up in an ugly place. And that's not where that's really not what you're trying to do, I'm sure. But sometimes we can just get so angry, so frustrated, so upset that we say things. We don't necessarily do things all the time, but you say things that you cannot take back. All of us have been there, and we realize at the moment the last word is uttered that, oh shit, this is the one thing that's going to break the relationship up. So I'm telling you now, Taurus especially, because I know we're hot-headed and we're not quite as, what's the word I want? Sometimes Taurus is not quite as strategic as Scorpio, and rightfully so. Those two signs are at the opposite end of the horoscope or the zodiac. They're exactly 6 months apart, and so that's opposite energy. Now, when you have a good Taurus-Scorpio relationship, that opposite bit helps because you kind of balance each other out. But when you don't have a good Scorpio-Taurus relationship, all the negative of each other that's opposite is what comes up. And you have to be very careful when you're getting with, and I'm saying this to Taurus now, when you're getting with a Scorpio, because if you don't get with the right Scorpio, it can cause you just a world of emotional trauma. And Scorpio, this ain't nothing, no diss, it's not putting you down, but understanding that, all wines don't go with all foods. Put it like that. Eat the fish, leave the bones. With the Ten of Coins being here at the end of the current energy, it's telling me that Taurus, you're trying to hang on to tradition. You're trying to handle your money in a traditional way. And right now, that's not what's called for. And you may need to step outside and look at the overall picture if you decide to stay in this relationship. With the future energy, the Ace of Cups, you guys are dealing with a question of unconditional love. Why do you love this person? Is there a condition tied to it? I only love you when you're skinny, or I only love you when you're fat. I only love you when you eat hamburgers. I don't love you when you eat hot dogs. Is it a conditional love? And that's exactly what you're getting ready to get faced with right now, the two of you. And of course, this is going to cause some sleepless nights. Taurus, Scorpio, one of the both of you going to be up. And this is air energy. So your Scorpio may have some air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra in your natal chart. Or you may have it, Taurus. But it's coming back to me that this is going to be the Scorpio either keeping the Taurus up or keeping itself up. However that's working out. And I can't even in this instance tell you not to do it, because it seems like this relationship, there's money in here. So this may have to do with kids. It may have to do with shared property, houses, cars, boats, whatever. And this has got somebody up at night, trying to figure out what the hell. At the end of all of it, the Eight of Swords, both of you are trapped in your own little belief system. And I don't see any coming together with this. All of these cards, with the exception of the Major Arcana, they're not, and the little cards, the minors are your day-to-day activities, how you process day-to-day life, basically. Not the big decision-making type shit, but, day-to-day, what's happening with your money, what's happening with your property, taxes, little shit. These bigger cards, I don't know, Taurus and Scorpio. I'm inclined to say that you probably need to take a step back. I never encourage people that are in relationships unless it's something really just so off the chain that you need to get the hell out now. There's abuse, there's violence, whatever. But if it's just a relationship that's going through some difficulty right now, I never tell people, get the hell out, leave. Even though that may be your knee-jerk reaction. Because planetary energy is the way that it is right now, everybody's best bet is to retreat to their own corner and just kind of go on autopilot until we get to the end of this month, or at least the first of next month, and then come back to the table. If, for those of you that don't live together, I would just cool it for a minute on the dating, whatever your regular weekly, monthly routine is. We always get together on Friday. We always have dinner on Tuesday. I pull back on that a bit and do some self-reflection. That the Hermit card didn't pop up, I'm kind of surprised, but nonetheless, I would take my time. I would not just jump to react to whatever's going on by getting up and leaving or making the pronouncement that I'm going to leave. I would just shut up. And Taurus, I know that's killing you. Scorpio, same for you. Just everybody go to their respective corner for a minute. Think about, both of you, think about what are you bringing to the table and what aren't you taking responsibility for? Are you spending up all the money and then blaming it on, the kids because they needed milk money, but you went and bought a $2,000 TV? That's what's going on? Or, are you doing something outside of the relationship and you're acting like you don't have any role in whatever's going on? I would take this time of stepping back, and this is your current energy. I would take this time, step back. What am I doing to this relationship? What is my attitude? If every time my man comes home, am I bitching and complaining about some shit? Guys, if you're watching this, if you're cross-watching, are you on your girl so tough that she don't even want to talk to you? I'm just saying. So you have to think about what you're doing and take responsibility for what you're doing so you can kind of clear the air. At some point, if you do take a minute to step back out of the relationship and do some soul searching, when you do come back, make it a priority to communicate with each other, because this is not going to work if everybody is just on their own doing their own thing. That's not what a relationship is about. A relationship is about partnership, commitment, teamwork. I know that sounds like shit you hear at work, but the reality is a relationship is work. So let's see what the universe has for guidance, Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus and Scorpio. Oh, they're trying to pop out two at a time. Knight of Swords, Three of Swords. Woo, Lord. And the Nine of Wands, yeah. Universe is telling me this is going to be difficult to get under control. Taurus, Scorpio, either one, because you guys are trying to control each other. Taurus will never let anybody control them. It's just not in our nature. We'll be nice. If you're nice to us, we'll follow you to the end of the earth. But if you're bossy and pushy and all that crap, not happening. Scorpio, Taurus, you cannot just be jumping on Scorpio. Little creatures, and they will sting you and you will get your feelings hurt. You can't do it. You can't just expect your Scorpio to have the same kind of foundation that you have. Again, Scorpio, that's a water sign. Taurus is an earth sign. So if y'all got a bunch of mud flying around with that water and that earth, like I said, maybe it's time to take a step back. Quit trying to control each other and everything. It's impossible. That's what the universe is telling me. For those of you who are feeling betrayed or think you are getting ready to betray your partner, think again. Think again. Those of you that have it, and I hear it, those of you that are trying to think about cheating because this is not working, this won't work. It will not work, because you're going to schlep all this right with you. Wherever you go, you are. So don't think you're going to just, and this is Taurus too, Scorpio, either one, don't think you're going to dip off into the bushes and do some more extracurricular shit. This is not the time. And universe is saying, please don't do it, because it's just going to be a whole lot of emotional pain that's unnecessary. One of you or both of you, I don't know, looking at somebody at work, looking at somebody at the grocery store, you met somebody at the club, however that's resonating with you. I'm telling you, if you jump off into this and you don't clear up this is going to be a big mess. Both of you need to get out of your head. All that my brain's on fire shit, get out of your head. Get out of your head. Looking at the fire, brain on fire, however it's resonating with you, get out of your head. This situation can be dealt with civilly if you communicate. But if you're not talking, it's not going to work. Let's see what the Oracle has. Shuffle these before I got on camera. This is for Taurus and Scorpio. Sitting in a tree, Kissing. Call on your angels, both of you. Taurus and Scorpio, call on your angels. If you think you're doing this by yourself, if you think your partner's not listening to you, however this is resonating, but call on your angels and ask for support, ask for encouragement, and ask for guidance. This is not the time to just jump in the fight and just go at it. This ain't it. This is energy is requiring us to think before we act or speak. And that I'm sitting here saying this and I'm going, man, what's going to happen when I go to work this week? Because I'm good for just speaking and then thinking about it afterwards. Call on your angels and do it before you leave the house. Yo, y'all, angels, whoever your angels are. If you don't know who your angels are, Google angels and it'll take you right where you need to go. Call on your angels so they can help you, protect you, and help you just calm down. Because I feel like whatever's going on with Taurus and Scorpio is hot and heavy, and it shouldn't be that hot and heavy. Just calm down, take a step back, come back in a few days, sit down and have a conversation. Not difficult. Taurus and Scorpio, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.